best way to predict your future is to create it, not from the known, but from the unknown. Most of our thoughts and feelings come from our past experiences. They come from our memories. In fact, your brain is organized to reflect everything you know in your life. Your brain is a record of all the things you've learned and experienced to date. It's an artifact. And when you have an experience, when you're in the midst of an experience, all of your five senses plug you into the external environment. And as your brain is processing all of this vital sensory data, all of that information rushes back to the brain. When it reaches the brain, it causes jungles of neurons to organize themselves into networks, to string into patterns, to reflect their interaction with their external environment. The moment those neurons organize into patterns, the brain makes a chemical, and that chemical is called a feeling or an emotion. And so experiences tend to create more long-term memories because it patterns or stamps or embosses networks of neurons into very specific patterns. And then the
Woo! What is going on, family? Good morning, dreamers. Happy, what day are we on? Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I hope you've all had a great start so far in these first couple of days. I've got a phenomenal topic coming into today. For those of you who do not know, who is just playing, this is an absolute one percenter. Joe Dispenza, talk about somebody who truly understands neuroplasticity, neuroencoding, getting deep within the mind. So today we're going to be talking about how to go ahead and rewire the mind to go ahead and get set up to dominate coming into the summer. Shane and Talina, what's going on? It's good to see you, family. So, as always, before we go ahead and dive into today with so many great things here and on the way, let's drop a little bit of gratitude down below before we go ahead and get into it. Let me get live on IG, and it is game time. Here we go. What is 3 things that you're grateful for coming into today? Awesome. We're live on IG. Good stuff. All right. Grateful for God, family. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm thankful for even the sun getting up in the morning to be able to breathe, to be able to hear the air, to be able to even hear the birds, to get out and become the best version of ourselves every day, right? Some of the mentors would say, let's make today the worst of today, the best of today, the worst of our tomorrows. So talk about putting life in perspective. Grateful for the workout. I love it. We're getting it in bright and early. Early bird gets the worm. Johnny in the building. Jojo, Pablo, Nani, I see you, family. Awesome. I'm grateful for the dream team. And what day is everybody on coming into the challenge? You already know, day 331. Look at that, Shane. You are coming up on just over 30 days left to go ahead and wrap up 365 days getting deep, getting the feeling. We're on day 297, getting close to the 300 mark, but this is what it's all about. But today I want to show you the difference because today's training is going to hit a little bit differently, and here's the deal, right? Here's why. We've been talking about journaling. We've been talking about gratitude. We've been talking about getting these morning rituals into place. I want to teach you guys today why this is only a piece of really the whole piece of the pie in the puzzle, right? Because how I put it to you today, just how we got it this morning, and I've heard this training a couple of times from my mentor, but when we got it today, it hit a little bit different. I know there couldn't be a better time than right now for everybody to hear this message. So lo and behold, I'm excited for this one. I hope you guys have your pen. Hope you have your notebook. Give me 10 minutes to go ahead and allow this message to sink in so you can not only learn it, but you can go out and then teach it. You ready? So let's go ahead and get into it for today. Pablo, what is up, brother? It's good to see you. Here we go. So we're talking about 2 different things when we're coming into rewiring the mind. And I don't know if you guys were listening to Joe Dispenza right there, but you can read some of his books. You guys can listen to a lot of his audios. But if I were to be able to save you guys a little bit of time, here's one of the biggest things that Joe Dispenza really teaches, right? Most of us, we're living in the past, right? We're living in negativity. We're living in traumas. We're living in PTSD. We're living in the failures that a lot of us have been told for our entire lives. In fact, I want to ask everybody this question. How many times over the course of your life do you feel like you've been told no? Do you feel like you've been told that you can't do something? Do you feel like you've been told that you are not good enough to go ahead and succeed. Okay? And I want you to understand something that's very important as we go throughout this training, because you're going to notice how much of a role this truly plays in rewiring the mind. Because whatever number that you drop, think about it. 10,000, 150,000, 200,000 times that we've been told no, that we've been told we might not be able to do something. But when it comes to rewiring the brain, we have literally thousands and hundreds of thousands of repetition going the wrong way, but repetition that we have to now go ahead and unlearn to learn something new, to understand and peel back the layers of what society has taught us, what the economy has pushed on us to believe. And when we really get down to the root, to the core of who we are, life begins to absolutely shift, right? Because now we have purpose, now we have priorities, now we have passion, and we're actually living for something exciting. Ready? So here we go. Getting into the training, I want you guys to think about two different things. How many of you guys are good with computers? How many of you guys are good with coding? Okay. We're talking about softwares today, and this is the metaphor we got this morning, and I know this is going to be able to allow you guys all to relate. So when we're talking about softwares, there's two types of hardware. Okay. We have hardware, and then we have software. For those that are good with computers, go ahead and drop some twos down below. You're going to love this one. Ready? So how many times have we been told we're not good enough? We already established thousands of times, but here's the difference, okay? We're doing all of this personal development, right? We're journaling, we're meditating, we're reading, we're getting on all of these calls, but here's the difference, okay? This is only the software. I need you guys to understand this, because even for myself, it really put it into perspective today on why so many, even for myself, years ago, why it felt like I was doing the activities, why I felt like I was doing what needed to be done, but I wasn't seeing the real results that I wanted to see. You know why? Because I was conflicting. I had one thought thinking here, I had another thought thinking here. I'd be thinking about success, and when I get off of this journal, I'd go right back to thinking my negative thoughts, because I was spending a lot of time working on my software, but I didn't understand and understand how important it is to work on our hardware. You see, software is all of these things that we just talked about. The morning rituals, right? Plugging in, being a student. But the hardware is different, because this is where they call the difference between shallow work and the difference between deep work, right? I tell you guys all the time, I was the person to get on and take notes and get on calls, and I saw a plateau for a long time because I wasn't getting deep enough emotionally. I wasn't really connected into what I was doing. Right? Here's what I mean by that. I hadn't really done enough deep work to understand what it really takes to go ahead and get to the levels that I was looking to get to. 1111, paint your vision. So a lot of you are asking me, well, D, how can I go ahead and get into this deep work? You might be asking yourselves, right? Here's different ways that we can start to really do it. Okay. Let me ask you this. What are a couple individuals in your life? Who are a couple people? What are some things that truly drive you? Because I want you to think about it like this. What are some emotional triggers that we experience every single day? All of us have it. It could be your family. It could be going to work. It could be something that happens on a daily basis, that we all have triggers that happen inside of our life. Okay. I want you to understand, if we can have a trigger that can make us feel negative, that can put us in a dull state, understand that we can actually do the same thing on the other side to start upgrading our hardware. Okay. What is that trigger? You know, for a lot of us, I've been able to even watch you do this, even setting an alarm on your phone every hour, doing a rampage of appreciation, doing a gratitude check to really go ahead and identify, where's the feeling at right now? Because that's the one biggest thing when it comes to updating the hardware. If we were to just run a check on our emotions, if we were to run a check on our feelings all day, is it more dominantly positive or is it more dominantly negative? That's a huge question I had to start asking myself, because I started to understand I was letting all of these different problems with life pull me and drag me away from my creativity, from my imagination, from my confidence, from my self-esteem, for taking action every day. But when I really started to upgrade the hardware, when I started to look at things from a different lens, everything in my life that I used to see as something negative, I allowed to shift the perspective to actually understand that life is working out for me. There's a lesson. There's something that can be learned for whatever I'm going through right now. if I lost a trade, if somebody didn't believe in my vision, if my closest family was telling me what I was doing was never going to be able to make it work, I had to figure out how can I update my hardware so nobody's going to be able to affect what it is that I'm doing. I want to give you guys another visual, okay? Jim Rohn talks about the birds. You see, if we don't fix the hardware, it's going to be easy for the birds to go ahead and get our seeds. So imagine this. I gave this example yesterday as I was on the phone. I was like, you know what? I need to give this tomorrow. Imagine if we have this phenomenal, rare, exotic seed that's a one-of-one seed. This is us, okay? Now imagine if we plant the seed in this beautiful soil, this phenomenal environment, but there's these birds that come around, these black crows that start flying around, they start picking around at the seed, and eventually, if you let the birds pick long enough and we don't change the hardware, they can literally take that seed, they can literally take that vision, they can take that confidence, and some people are stripped from that their entire lives. This is why they say most people, they live till 75, but they pass mentally, spiritually, emotionally at 25 because they let all of the negativity get their seed. So today, to really get deep with the hardware is identifying what is the vision? What is the vision that you see for yourself? What is the body that you like to see yourself having for the summer? What kind of ka-chings can you envision coming into your bank account? What kind of impact can you actually feel from the messages pouring in on a daily basis? That's the feeling, right? Joe Dispenza talks about the difference between having a memory, something that we've already experienced, something that's already happened, and being able to create a vision, something that we can't touch, we can't see yet. Believe it or not, there's actually no difference. You see, the moment that you sit down and right now you imagine, you envision yourself speaking on stage, you imagine your family sitting out in the crowd and giving the huge clapping congratulations and the crowd going wild and you getting off and you getting this a flow of abundance and gratitude coming into your life. You see, believe it or not, we just created a memory. Even though it hasn't happened yet, even though we haven't experienced it physically yet, we literally just created a memory. This is why people have vision boards. This is why people with the wealthy, they understand to see their goals every day and all the time. Because whatever we think about most, we become. So when it comes to the hardware, that's the shift. What are we thinking about most of the time? It's easy to get distracted with social media, with the negativity, with the news. And I'm here to tell you right now, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. This is why it's so important now more than ever to not only update the software, right? To be journaling, meditating, showing up on the calls, but to be updating the hardware. You see, Shane and Talina, they just spent a couple months going out to take care of Shane's mother, to go ahead and give love, to go ahead and be a light. You see, that updated his hardware, that caused a huge shift in the mindset, that gave him a deeper meaning on why it is that he's doing what he's doing. It's bigger than him. Now this is going to cause an entire shift in how he moves and the action that he takes. Same with Talina. So all of us have the potential to access different points and different scenarios going on in our life to allow this to go ahead and shift our perspective, to allow us to see things in a different way. That's why Waddle Z. Waddle says it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way. And doing this over the years, I've allowed to see for myself how important it is to really identify and sit down and create a vision, figure out where are my most dominant thoughts at? Am I focused on the negativity? Am I focused on what's not going right in my life? Because I was attracting more of that. So no matter what was going on, I had to learn how to shift that to create a vision, to create something that I can't see yet. And this is why for all of you, this is why the abundance is happening inside of your life. This is why you're manifesting in May, because even through all the turmoil, you're still able to hold the feeling as if it's already happened. And that's the secret. That's one of the biggest keys that any of us can realize and understand. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you absorb it before it even happens? And the more often we can do that, the longer we can stretch that feeling. This is how the quantum field works. And this is how manifestation and quantum leaps are truly created. I've known it. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I know more than ever, this is the time where all of us have access to that same beautiful principle right here in our fingertips. So family, with that being said, if you got any value from today, go ahead and smash that like button. Drop some threes down below. If nobody told you that today, family, proud of you. I'm excited for the opportunity that we all have to go ahead and take advantage of. So family, let's go out and be great. It's your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. A ton of Go Lives coming. We have events going all around the world. Events are coming to your city. Dream Team, get ready because we have only just begun. It's work. It's game time. Sheesh, IG, anything you need, I'm here for you every step of the way. It's game time. I've got a lot of value coming for you. Like I said, we've got events coming all different cities. So if you guys are in any of these cities, I'm posting on my story. Reach out to me, shoot me a DM. If you guys are ready to grow physically, mentally, emotionally, reach out to me, shoot me a DM, and I'm actually going to go ahead and give you guys one of my free gifts to you all so you guys can go ahead and get an idea of what it is that we've been doing. So let me go ahead and give you guys this link, 30-day dreamlaunch.com. You guys can go ahead and fill out this link I have sent for you. This is my gift to you all. This is to go ahead and get you guys into perspective on how we spend money every day and how you can have money start coming in your pocket. How you can start taking advantage before the summer comes so you can go out and live a life by design. I love you, family. I'm grateful for you, dreamers. Go out and have an abundant day. Anything you need, I'm here for you. 30daydreamlaunch.com. Go check it out, and I will see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too fast. Go.